Let's see. Hello. I think these are. Well, let's see. Ah, can you guys hear me and see me okay? Let me refresh my Facebook page just to see what the heck is going on. Okay. So now it's showing something really funky. Well, we'll live with it. Something changed. I don't know what's going on. But we're here and it's Tuesday and I'm here to talk about how you can assemble your hexagon diamond blocks in several different ways depending on the overall layout that you're working with. So I made some of the mock-ups so that we could play with it, and that way you might be able to kind of visualize it better rather than just seeing it on a coloring page. And you can hear me okay? Let me see. The preview I see is kind of weird. So it's showing side by side, right? Is that what you guys see? Huh, yes. Interesting. What I see on Facebook is not what I see when I'm watching. So this is mind-blowing. But we have a few folks here today. Let's see. Mona's here. Brenda's here. Hello. Let's see. Charlotte's here. Oh, you're stuffing neck pillows today. Oh, are those for gifts? And Kathy's here. Spinning mountain goat wool. What? Did you get? Oh, so I'm streaming to both my Facebook page and YouTube today. Just YouTube as a backup, just in case, because you never know, right? And Kathy's spinning mountain goat wool while watching Netflix. Oh, how fun! I wish you would have videos on your page or something, Kathy, that we could see the process. I think that's so interesting. Kathy says we hear you. Woohoo! And Kathy from Iowa. Hello. Lori's here. It's sunny. Oh, it's sunny here too today. So I finally went outside. My husband and I went for a walk today in the morning, and all the mountains around that are surrounding us, they're all snow capped. So no wonder it's like freezing here. It's cold, cold, cold. And let's see, we have Sassy in the UK. Hello, Elizabeth. Oh, hi, Kathy. Kathy's in Phoenix, Arizona. And we have Jenny here. Yay! So glad you can hear me. Oh, Sonia made it today. Yay! Hope you're doing well. I know you've been busy. We have Sheridan and Charlotte. Yes, they are for gifts. Oh, awesome. Can't wait to see those. And let's hide that one. All right. So let me show you the ones that I started playing with today. And if you're new to the live today, my name is Elise Beck, and we are actually going to talk about the Hexagon Diamond Quilt Along that we're doing in the EPP Society Facebook group, which is free for you to join if you'd like to join along with us. Once you sign up for the Quilt Along, what you'll get is access to a portal on my website where you can access downloadable templates. So this project, you can work with the size hexagon that you prefer. So we're starting all the way down from 1/4 inch up to 1.5 inch hexagons. I don't think I've seen anyone working with the 1/4 inch hexagons yet. Have you? If you do, point me out, tag me on those posts. Yes, please do tag me at Elise Beck so that I don't miss your posts when you post them too. Or use the hashtag hexagon diamond. That way we'll see all the block progress photos in one area. And if you're not in the EPP Society Facebook group yet, please do request access so we can let you in as soon as possible. All right. Oh, Starlin made it. Hello. Okay, so let me switch camera. So I'm gonna see what switches on my computer is switching to what you guys see. Hopefully this will work okay. See, it's not listening, huh? I know there's a lag. Do you guys see a full screen or do you see a split screen of me now? Let me know in the comments. I see a full screen, but you might be seeing a split screen. Good Lord. Let me scroll the comments and see. Oh, Kathy says split, split. But at least you can still see. But is it frozen? What is going on? Oh, at least it's moving. Okay. We'll work with it. So, oh, I should explain. I'm using a beta version of the program that I'm using to stream to both YouTube and Facebook. So once in a while, we'll have little bugs. So while you're in a beta version, what they do is that they request feedback from you so they can work out those bugs. I don't know if it's user error, very well might be, or if it's with the update that just happened today and I just updated before I hopped on live, might be why. But as long as it's not frozen and you get a view of both the both me and the hexagon diamonds, we'll work with it. Okay, I'll just make sure that you guys can see what I'm seeing, or I'm seeing what you're seeing. Doi. So these are the ones I've made already, and the reason they came together so fast, these are all 1-inch hexagons, is because I had a whole truckload of basted hexagons all ready to go already, right? So it was just a matter of just playing with the layout. I'm gonna make sure you see this on this screen. Okay. So I just made them. I have a whole bunch of hexagons already basted, so it was just a matter of laying them out and playing with them and then sewing them together. So there was no set order that I sew these together. It was just very random, right? Scrappy makes me happy. Yes, yes. Anybody else? Elizabeth says, love your rainbow colors. Yay! You know, you can't go wrong with rainbows, right? I say I'm not a rainbow type of maker, but if you look on my Instagram feed, it tells you otherwise. Can't help it, right? So these are the ones I've made. I made 7 so far, and I'll probably keep on making them. And I want to try making some of the low volumes that's going to go in between these colored ones as well. Okay? So we've been getting a lot of questions on how to assemble these, and then so that's why yesterday I decided I'm gonna start playing with a little bit, so you can kind of see how you can do these differently. Let me make sure this pops up on the screen. I think right there. So Charlotte made these super pretty big design boards, and I just made my really super quick easy ones. I just use Elmer's glue and I just glue on foam board, and I just put flannel on mine, which is super quick. The ones that Charlotte made are way prettier with the proper binding, so I'm just gonna point that out. And if you jump into the EPP Society group, you'll see hers as well. And the tutorial I think most people refer to for the bound version is by Lori Holt of Bee in My Bonnet, and you can find her design board tutorial on YouTube, I believe. If you just, or it's on her blog, but if you just Google it, you'll find it. Hi, Katrin! Oh, hi, Jolie! So it's easy to find tutorials for it, right? But I just made mine super quick, and then the reason I laid these out the way I did, so these are all 1/2-inch hexagons. See the size difference? Yeah, there's a lag, so I'm gonna wait. So 1-inch hexagons, and these are all 1/2-inch hexagons. And I had another truckload of basted hexagons in the 1/2-inch size, right? So we have different color variations, as you can see. I ran out of hexagons on this one, so skip it. But if you look, if you want to do colors that go in rows like this, what would be the most the easiest path to assembling these? It's kind of obvious when you look at it this way, right? You would just put them together by strips like so. Make sure I'm showing up here, right? Okay, yeah, so Starling says she does the one with hot glue. Oh, okay. Okay, so Lori Holtz is with the glue gun. I just use the glue stick, the Elmer's school glue. And if you're in Europe, they don't have Elmer's, you can use any type of school glue that's washable, non-acidic. Yeah, works well. And, let's see. Yes. Okay, so if you have a layout that's like this, it really makes sense for you to just start assembling your hexagon this way, right? So the side, side, and side, and then the next row, next row, next row. So once you have 4 rows, you would just sew in between each row, right? That makes sense? Yes? Everybody say yes if that makes sense in the comments. Or if it doesn't make sense, let me know too. Oh, Yvonne, no, we would just do whip stitch, but would just sew the rows together. So let's say this row was sewn together already along the sides here. Gosh, I'm so annoyed that the screen's frozen this way. So I can just zoom in on the big one. So I want to make sure I'm in view here. So after you sew this row together, and let's say you sew the next row together, now you want to combine these 2 rows. So you would just sew this seam right in between, right? All whip stitch, same kind of stitch. Oh, and Charlotte stays away. I shy away from the glue guns. Yeah, I mean, if you use a glue gun, you just gotta be prepared to get burns, right? It's just a given. And I haven't used a glue gun in a long time either. But yeah, you do this to get the little wispy parts off, and then you're like, ah, I burned myself. So glue sticks are, yeah, way more non-burn friendly. Yes. And then these, when you do the glue stick on these two, they last a long time. I had a few that are still around, and I've had them for years. So you're good. And Laura's sitting there shaking her head. Yes. I love that. Okay. So after you sew each row together, it makes sense when you have this kind of design. And if you look at this one's distracting. So I'm just going to push it away. Let me make sure I'm up. So this one is like a diamond, like 4 little diamonds in a big diamond, right? Does it have enough contrast for you to see? So we have the yellow, the blue, the pink, and the creamy white, right? And then how would you assemble these to make sure that they stay in their groupings? Pop quiz. Dun dun dun. So yes, you could go like the way we did this version, right? With the solid pink. You could do it in rows. Or you could even do it in groupings of 4 if that makes more sense to you. So just remember that there's no like hard rule the way you have to assemble these. Whatever makes sense to your brain, I think that's the best way to stick with it because you're supposed to have fun, okay? Do not forget, if you're not having fun, it's no bueno, all right? Having fun is very, very important. So, and then I would put my pinks together just to make sure that I get them in the cluster the way I want. And then I would do my blues. And then after I have all these 4 groupings done, I would come and do the connecting seams. I would put these 2 together, these 2, and then the connecting seam in the center. So lots of different ways. Yeah, see, Julie says by color. That makes sense, right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, can you guys see the comment? See, now the comment won't show up either. Usually when I share a comment, it should show up on the screen, but today it doesn't. So we're going with it. All right, so I'm going to jump to the next one. We'll go with the flow. And then this here, these are all, remember any type of scrap I have, it turns into a hexagon. If it fits a 1/2 inch hexagon, awesome. 3/4, 1 inch, it gets cut down and then, trimmed into a hexagon. That's why I have so many scrappy hexagons laying around. And these I was able to put together almost 2 blocks. This is from Caterina Rocella's collection with AGF, Art Gallery Fabrics. It's one of my most favorite collections. And then with the scraps, you get this whole different look, right? So I could technically make a whole quilt just with these and they would all look different even though it's from the one and the same fabric. So there's a lot of possibilities that you have playing even with your scraps and your fabrics. So don't think like everything has to match too much. Like you get a lot of variety just even putting to it like this. Same with this. Let me move it up a little bit, make sure you guys can see. This is also from one fabric, but because the scattered flower and leaf print, see how they, this is not a finished block because I ran out. They're gonna look very different, and I could have more contrasting, more solid looking fabrics in between with the other diamonds for these blocks, right? Yes, makes sense. And then this and both of these, there's no set order that you would have to assemble them. You really could go random if you want, but you could do the rows too if you want, going strips like this, 4, or you could even do from top, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I ended up trying both ways on this one. I just started doing the first one. I just left, and then I sewed 2 together. I sewed 3 together, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I assembled them. The single one to the 2, and then this group to the 3, and that group to the 4. So I mean, lots of different ways to play with it. So don't feel like you have to stick to one way or the other. Play around, see what you like, depending on your design, right? Oh, we have one more. And I think this will make sense too when I explain it here. Let me move that. So then this one, we have just a little cluster of 4 in the center and all the aqua ones around, right? And because I didn't have enough all aqua, this is part of the same fabric as this one too. But because it got cut with the flowers in the center, it looks different, right? So I figured, okay, this will be an interesting design. So how would you sew these together? Dun dun dun. Let me know. I'm waiting for an answer. How would you sew it together? What makes sense to you? Yeah, and remember, there's no wrong answer. Nobody? Okay, I'll answer. How would I sew this together? This one, I think because I would make sure I have these flowers each in this row here, in the center row, right? I would probably just sew this one, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or I could go sideways like this too, like we did, like with the solid hot pink. So there's no wrong way. Center first, yeah. Inge would sew the center first, and Julie would sew the center first. I think it's just lagging here on internet world. So yeah, center first, you could definitely do that too. And then the edges, or like Mona said, the four rows. See how we all think differently? So depending on what feels good to you, sew it together in that order. So there is no right way or wrong way. Elizabeth is glue basting. Oh, you're busy working on your project. Love it. But center first too. Yeah, see? So lots of different ways to do this, and I just want you to be able to have fun and play around with it. And even Kathy said center first, then 4 strips of 3 for the edges. Yeah, definitely. Sounds good. There's no wrong way or right way, as long as you're having fun. I think I keep on emphasizing having fun because I think a lot of us, we get stuck in, oh, I gotta follow the rules in how this is done. No. There's no like crazy rules. There are some guidelines that will help you if you follow them, right? But first you learn the rules and then we break the rules, right? Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Julie, you can't see the comments that are coming in from YouTube. And usually I'm able to share the comments, but because the screen is acting up today and splitting it and it's not listening to what I want to do, we're working with it. So Julie's on Facebook. I have Kathy and Sheridan. I've got a whole bunch of you all joining me from YouTube. So yes. So next week maybe I should try just to do it on Facebook. I don't know. We'll play with it, see how it goes. And let me see. Oh, now I get to see what you guys see. Hold on, let me see if I can do. Oh, did it change for you? I pushed the right button. Yay! Okay, now let me see if I can share. Can you guys see? Let's see. Oh, see, Julie's on Facebook now. It shows. Ah, yes. Absolutely agree with Mona. We need to enjoy the whole journey. And oh, yeah, for those of you that are feeling like you have too many projects on the go, and it's like, oh gosh, I don't need another project to add to my, bucket list. I don't think there's ever enough project for us to make because if I work on one thing for too long, I'll get bored of it and then I kind of just want to finish it up fast and then that last part is no longer enjoyable because I want to move on to something else, right? So instead of doing that, just give yourself the freedom. If you're getting tired of one project, then put it aside for a little bit. Work on something different. Having lots of work in progress projects, that's nothing bad. I think it's just allows your creativity to flow the way you want to and not just having to suppress it because oh, I gotta finish this project before I can move on to the next thing. No. I don't think we need to do that. As long as we have space to squirrel away projects, we're good. See, right? Savannah says no such thing as too many projects. Yes. Lindy, the replay will be available on both YouTube and Facebook. And if you're in the quilt along, I'll make sure to send you post the link in the hub too, where the quilt along is living, so you have access there, and you don't need to dig around looking for the replays. And let's see. And do we have any questions at all with the assembly? Was everybody able to download the coloring page? Did that help at all, or was it unnecessary? Or are you just stuck picking fabrics? How are you all doing? Oh, you're welcome, Lindy. And if you let me know in the comments, yes, then I can help you out more. Let's see. Good grief. I'm glad we got the screen to work at least the way I wanted it to. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll up, see. And Ross is here. Ooh. See, yeah, I agree. And she says, good morning. Sorry, late to the show. Beautiful summer morning here in Australia. Love it. Any way you want to, really, as long as it makes sense to you. Yes, there's no wrong way to assemble these blocks. Let's see. I think I've been good with catching any questions. Yes. Yay, and Ross is all good with assembly at this point. Sounds very nice. Ooh, Savannah's using jelly rolls and they'll be delivered today. Make sure you share them with the group so we can all ooh and ah and drool over your latest fabric acquisition. And Julie said, I'd rather do formal scrappy diamonds but have these solids. I don't understand. What do you mean by formal? I love your layout, Julie. I love what you're doing. And then Kathy says, just picking fabrics, getting ready to baste. Woohoo! What fabrics did you decide on, Kathy? Or you're narrowing them down? Oh, so Julie meant I'd rather do floral scrappy diamonds, but have these solids. Make two. Shoot. Problem solved. Is there any way that you could mix in the floral in between the solids, maybe? Or are they like lots of colors? Because I think you were considering doing white on white prints, right? For the diamonds that go in between your colored ones. That's what I think I saw in the Facebook group. And Starlin was looking yesterday for fabric at Riley Blake's new line. Wait, $97 for one jelly roll? Is that right? That must have been like a fat quarter bundle, no? I would think more of a fat quarter bundle. I think jelly rolls run like around 30 to 40-ish dollars, yes? No? Or have prices gone up that much? That's scary. And Kathy's making a scrappy version. Ooh, you have a whole bin of 5-inch squares? That is excellent. So you could cut those. I don't know. Are you doing 1-inch hexagons, Kathy? Because those 5-inch squares, you'll get 4 2.5-inch squares each, and you can make 4 hexagons each. Ooh, Julie, that would be so pretty. Yeah, do a floral in the middle of the white on white in the scrappy floral. Oh, that would be so pretty. Wow, that 97, that's steep for one jelly roll, Starlin. It must have been super duper pretty. Yeah, oh, yikes. And oh, Kathy's doing 3/4 inch. Oh, you could fit even more. How fun. And Sheridan got a jelly roll for $10 at a quilt shop. Oh, dang. What a nice find. That's awesome. Speaking of quilt shows, do we have any fun quilt shows coming up? I don't know. Maybe because it's the end of the year, I haven't heard of any. Oh, so Savannah asked, how big are most people doing for their hexagons? Mine are 2 inches. Oh, you're doing big hexagons. I'm doing the one, and then I might do these 1/2 inch too. The templates I included only went up to 1.5 inch sides. So I would love to see your 2-inch hexagons. So then that means your diamonds are gonna be quite big, like big block, right? Yeah. Oh, but that would be nice for a nice size quilt. Can't wait to see it. And Kathy is basting a jelly roll, Dapple Blues Robert Kaufman, light to dark. Kathy, don't forget to share. We can't wait to see. Oh, I want to see your hexagons. And then Kathy's doing 1 inch. Ross is doing 1 inch. I'll share here for you so you guys can see across both platforms. Sheridan's doing 1 inch. And if you guys see when I share your comments, see how under your profile image, it has the little red if you're joining us from YouTube, or the little blue F if you're joining us from Facebook. So that's how you guys can tell too where people are answering from. And oh, Sandra hasn't been able to download the coloring page yet. Oh, you can download it when you get a chance. No rush. And Wendy is using 1 inch hexes using fat quarter packets. Oh yes, very nice. And Joanne is using 1 inch reproduction. Oh, and Starling is doing 3/4 inch. Oh, were you doing 3/4 with the Brenda Riddle ones that you shared too inside the group, Starling? I thought they were tinier. I thought you thought, yeah, for some reason I thought you were doing like 3/8 of an inch, like the little ones. And ooh, Mona's doing 1/2 inch with a stash of Asian fabrics. Ooh, interesting. And Sonia's doing 1 inch Lori Holt and Pioneer Women fabrics. Oh yeah, so Starlin is doing 3/8. Okay. I was like, I'm going crazy. Oh, and Sassy's thinking of doing a 1 1/4 inch, and we'll post in the group later. Yes, please do. And yes, do not forget to put. I'm trying to go back and make sure that I add the can talk today. The hashtag Hexagon Diamond. So that way, if you just search Hexagon Diamond inside the EPP Society group, you'll see everyone's posts under one hashtag. And for those that have forgotten, I've been trying to add the hashtag for you so that yours will show up with everyone else's photos too. And Jenny is doing 1 inch just using scraps. Love it. Oh, and Julie's doing 1/2 inch hexes. Well, now that you finish your other project, time-consuming project, you have more time for tiny hexes. And whoever, if there's anyone that's doing 1/4 inch hexes, I would love to see. If you don't do one, I'm gonna have to make some just to see how big they are in real life. I think they'll be really cute, like super duper tiny. And I would have thought what's her name, Kayla Cassie, right? the mini queen. Why are you not doing quarter inch hexagon diamonds? I would love to see. And then I think I've been keeping up here. Very good. So Joanne, since you joined us late, we were just going over different orders that you can assemble your blocks together. We just covered that, so you can just watch the replay if you need to. And these are just some half-inch hexagons that I've had in my stash that I basted from scraps too, and trying to put into groupings. So there's you know lots of possibilities for you to make these and just have fun with them and go crazy a little bit. And even if you don't end up making a whole quilt, you could even make just few or just a group of 7 even. Make a table runner and just fill them, or even applique these to a solid background. There's so many, choices. I mean, yeah, options for you. So don't feel like you're stuck having to follow this rule of, oh, I gotta follow this layout. Mm-mm. That's where our creativity comes into play. And I love seeing when you take a project for a different spin. I think that's inspiring to everybody. We see, oh, I didn't think I could do that. That's interesting. And then that inspires other people. And then we just make the world a happier place with lots of EPP projects everywhere. And yes, I've had coffee with caffeine today. Let's see. Oh, and Starlin asked, how would you base the quarter inch hexagon? So you would have to trim down your seam allowance to about 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, just to fit it over that little quarter inch hexagon. So other than that, it's the same process as a 1 inch or bigger hexagon. But definitely, yeah, for smaller hexagon, you would. So to see how these are a 1/2 inch with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, you barely see the center, right? So for a 1/4 inch hexagon, you would want to trim the seam allowance down to about 1/8 of an inch. And that would make it much easier to base those little tiny suckers. But they're fun to make, but maybe, yeah, they're a little cumbersome because they're tinier. And I would use finer fabrics if you're making 1/4 inch hexagons. Yeah, even like Liberty Tana Lawn, that would be perfect because it's such a finer fabric. Or AGF fabrics are nicer too because they're little, what would you say? How do you explain it? They're more crisp for some reason. Not crisp like crunchy crisp, but yeah, for smaller project, I think AGF solids or their fabrics work nicer than let's say Kona cottons or Robert Kaufman or even like Modas. Theirs are a little thicker. So for little 1/4 inch hexagons, I find it hard to baste it. Yeah. Well, I guess the thread count, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the higher the thread count, the smoother the fabric is. I think it makes it easier to baste smaller sizes. That's my personal experience. You could experiment. Yeah, let's see what you think. Let's see. Do we have any other questions, or are we all ready to jump in? So we said last week, we said let's do one block a week, right? Just so we can all keep going together in the same pace. And I've seen a lot of you that made more than one block. Obviously, I kind of went bonkers here too. This is a casual quilt along where you don't have to feel like you're rushing it. And especially with the holidays now too, I want you to take into consideration, do not stress over this project. This should just be something that you can come back to when you need to relax maybe, or you want to take a break from working on your holiday or Christmas gifts. Just make a few hexagons. Don't feel like, oh my god, I have to keep up making one block a week. No. We'll be there in the EPP Society making blocks at different paces. And I think once you're in the group, you'll see that too, that, yeah, some folks are making a lot. And then I'll probably end up slowing down so I can work on something else now. And then, and some folks are making 1 or 2 blocks a week, and that's perfectly fine. See, yeah, Mona, Liberty is wonderful to work with, especially like those tiny little pieces. It just makes it so easy to make. And Sandy asked, I just joined. Where do I get the coloring sheets? Once you signed up for the quilt along, you'll get access to the Hexagon Diamond Quilt-Along Hub on my website. And once you're inside the website, you can download the coloring pages and the templates. So you just need to sign up, and then my automated system will send you your username, which is going to be your email, and some crazy looking password thing. That first password, just copy and paste it when you log in for the first time, and then you can click on your avatar and just reset it for a password that's much easier for you to remember. And yeah, and everything is going to be, all the downloadables are in the hub, so it's just easy for everyone to get access to, instead of me trying to email it to every single person. That way you can just log in with your username and password and download it. And Sandy, if you need the link to sign up, just let me know in the comments and I can send you the link. And Joanne's also doing 1/2 inch. Oh yeah, here we go. Joanne, yes, I am also doing 1/2 inch on another project. The quilting cotton is thicker but manageable. I may use Liberty that I have. Yeah, definitely experiment with the two. You'll notice a big difference on the hand of the fabric, the way it handles. And then, see, yeah, and Ross, I don't think I will get to start sewing until the new year, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, no worries. And Sandy, I will make sure I send you the link after the live. And I think that, yeah, those were the main points I just wanted to talk to you about today, so that no one is stressing out about having to, number one, keep up, or thinking that there's a set rule for assembling these blocks. It's really, whatever your brain finds logical, and depending on your layout, what makes the most sense when you're assembling these, right? So like that, yes. So there's no rule. Especially, I think that goes for all those of you that are new to EPP too. It's a very forgiving quilting technique, I think. It's not as rule bound as when you're machine quilting or machine stitching patchwork. You have way more flexibility and freedom with EPP, which is nice too. Starlin asks, is anyone else doing a 3/8 of an inch hexagon? Anybody? If so, please do speak up and let's share. Oh, and let me put just in case you don't have the link to the Facebook group, it's the EPP Society on Facebook. Facebook.com. Oops. Paper piecing. There's the link for you all, so you can come join us inside the EPP Society Facebook group. Did I spell that right? English paper piecing. Yes, I did. So please do come join us inside the group. We would love to have you, and then that way it just makes it easier to follow along with each other's progress. And I think the community is what makes it really special too. Everyone's really encouraging, and yes, we're full of enablers in there. But that's what friends are for, right? And yeah, I think it's just be fun so that you have a sense of community with us too, instead of just doing this on your own, which is fine too if you prefer, but we'd love to have you join us. And Catherine's doing 1 inch and doing fabrics left over from previous quilt project. Yes, perfect. But you'll know exactly which project you use those scraps for, right? So it'd be a really nice memory type of quilt project that you're making too. So right now, just basting. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, these are all my leftovers from other projects too. So some obviously are not going to be enough for me to make. So I would have to cut into my actual yardage or fat quarter bundles to get, like this one's missing a hexagon. Let's say I want to make this in a group of 4 for maybe a placemat. Yeah, then I would just cut more to fill those out. But these were just all from the scrappy hexagons that I made from little bits of pieces that I probably would have just sitting in a scrap bin, or might even have been thrown out. So anything that fits 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch hexagon, I'll just turn it into a hexagon. And Brenda, they're cute. Thank you. Yay! Okay. So I'm gonna make sure I send one link to sign up. And oh, and Elizabeth asked, Catherine, how are you storing the hexes after you baste until you stitch? Catherine, you want to answer that? Are you storing them in a box? Or like me, I just put my in a tray like this. So I had to sort through all of these to kind of organize everything. And then I also have this bin where I've been making hexagons. So I got more half-inch here that weren't enough to make any blocks with. I got 3/4 inch and the 1 inch are in a whole different place because they're taking up too much space. And I think the nice thing is that you can have you don't have to work in big chunks on this project. Like these, see how I turn all these scraps? They're just waiting to be turned into hexagons too. So I just cut them down. So these were scraps big enough to turn into half-inch hexagons. And now I just have these ready to go, ready for me to sit and baste whenever I have a free moment or I don't feel like sewing, I just feel like basting. So it's a good way. I think EPP is a nice way just to switch around doing different parts of the process too. You can sit and cut, papers, fabric, or baste them, whatever's. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, so Catherine said she purchased storage totes at Joann's. Oh, you posted earlier this week? Awesome. We will go and look you up. So if you look up Catherine Kinney's name in the group, you'll see her post. And Sassy says, I love the idea of turning leftover fabric into hexagons as you go. Yeah, I mean, that way you won't add with the, end up with this huge scrap bin that's going to be like, now you got to sit and sort through that. No, just chop it all up and whatever don't fit a hexie. Ciao. So I think that just makes it easier to manage your scraps too. As if you're an avid quilter or you go through a lot and you end up with a lot of scraps. Yeah. Oh, and Kathy started doing that too. See, yes. But then you'll end up with all these like pretty hexagons you can put into scrappy projects. Yay! All right. Oh, and Sandy asked, do you ever use batiks? Sandy, I've personally never used it, but there's a lot of folks that that have done a lot of pretty batik projects inside the group, and you can come and look. I have never been particularly drawn to batiks, but I would definitely, don't see why not experiment one day in the future, right? And I think you kind of can get a taste for the type of fabrics I end up buying. Maybe not. I think I have a wide range of tastes in fabrics, but like I do love all these reproduction prints and all these little cutesy florals and berries. So those are usually what I'm personally drawn to. But yeah, I always think it's fun to experiment with different fabrics too. Kathy asked, wasn't there someone doing gradient fabric? I don't know. I didn't see it. Someone's doing gradient fabric? I only saw Julie's she used her solids as a gradient, but you mean like gradient like the Moda fabric that's like ombre one? Is that what you mean, Kathy? Or oh, so Sheridan says, I love batiks, but they are hard to hand sew. Oh yeah, no. Then yeah. If I try a few pieces and it's too hard to sew, then I probably won't be doing it. But machine sewing, yes. Oh, now I'm gonna go dig inside the group, see if someone's doing gradient fabric. I'm very intrigued. Ta-da. So I think I got all the questions. And so we are pretty active inside the Facebook group. So if you have questions, do try to tag me. The way with how Facebook groups are working right now too, even though I even if I get tagged, sometimes I don't see it for 3-4 days. So if I'm not answering you right away, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's because I don't see it. Facebook doesn't show it to me. And I think when I see the analytics on the back end too, I don't, Facebook doesn't even show my posts inside the group to everyone in the group either. So I don't know what their logic is for that, but yeah, if you don't see me replying, just tag me again, or just say bump on your post so that it gets bumped up to the towards the top of the group, and so I can catch it then. But if you have any questions, there's a lot of experienced EBPers inside the group too, and they're all really helpful as well. So there's always someone that can help you out inside there. That's my main point. Even if I'm not there 24/7. Oh, the individual hexes were almost like watercolor? Huh. Well, if you find it, please do share it. Share where you saw it. That would be awesome to see. Right. Alright, so now I'm gonna go and jump into the group, see what everyone's been posting. Oh, I'm gonna pick out my low volumes so I can start filling in. Think about the space that I'm gonna fill in between these colorful diamonds here, the big ones, the 1-inch ones I made. And I will see you all next week. And if I see recurring question that comes up inside the group, we can cover that next week as well. Or we can talk about something different. You all let me know, and I will see you inside the group. And I hope you have a super duper nice day, and go out and catch some sun if you've been here in California especially and our storm's finally gone. And I do hope you all have a really, really nice day or evening. And I'll see you next week. Bye.